Holy crap, everybody. My Save the Looney Tunes video essay went more viral than, any other video I've ever made in, the legacy of my channel, ever. It, beat my legacy record of, 10,000 views. So, wow. Hey, everybody. So, this is the 2,000 subscriber special. Woohoo. And this video is mostly going to be an update on the state of my life and my untitled animation studio that I own. So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with me, my name is Mutant Green, and in 2020, faced with COVID lockdowns, I finally pursued my long-term dream of opening an animation studio. Now, for the record, I once almost opened an animation studio years before this, but it went extremely badly. Everyone who could possibly fuck me over in every possible way they were able to. So after that, I cut ties with a lot of old friends, and half the people involved either got rich by screwing me over or went off to die in a ditch somewhere. So this second time, I was able to correct all the mistakes I made the first time, and we produced a limited OVA series called The Mutant Busters. The Mutant Busters is an adaptation of the original Mutant Busters comic series that I wrote in the 1990s, and follows the story of Mutant Buster Green, who joins the Self-Series of Mutant Busters as they fight a feudal war against mutants who used to be human in the final days of the human race. Now, it took me about 3 years to create that first episode, but I feel like I really have the workflow down, and I have everything figured out except money. I feel like if I had infinite money, I could make every single anime I want to make. I feel like I could be Hayao Miyazaki. And yeah, after the release of Mutant Busters Episode 1 in 2023, I've been broke. Now, I've never quite financially recovered from making Mutant Busters Episode 1, but right now, as of today, I'd say I'm almost there. So after 2023, I spent the year after that just sharpening up Episode 1 a little bit more, and we released it as version 1.4, which was better received. Now, my studio is basically set up to work like Sunrise Studio in the 90s and 70s in Japan, but the thing is, Sunrise Studio always had constant income from their sale of Gundam models, anime DVDs, anime merch, OVAs, and literally any kind of toys that help pay the bills. And my studio, unfortunately, has none of that. So to pay everyone, I work a 9-to-5 wage slave job, usually not a job I enjoy, and then I give everything I earn to my employees to make anime, which crushes my spirit, and then sometimes I make YouTube videos, which sometimes make a little bit of money. To put that all into perspective, the first episode of Mutant Busters only got about 1,000 hits, and so it only actually made $4, which is not even 1% of what I spent on it. To actually break even on the budget we spent it on it, it needed to get 10 million hits. Now, I've considered making more merch to support the channel. I've fought really hard about that, but realistically, I'm not sure if I made merch. I don't think that would help. I think I'd just be shit out of money, and then I'd have a bunch of merch I wouldn't have anywhere to store. I just don't think the channel is at that level yet where I can sell merch and make money. Up to now, my YouTube channel has been making about $30 a month. That came out to about $250 last year. But next year, according to forecasts, we're hopefully going to do double that and make closer to $700, according to YouTube's prediction of what you're going to make calculator. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing me do bigger and better things, I'd once again ask you guys to support me on Patreon. Right now, I have 2 Patreon supporters, and I'm making sporadic updates to Patreon. If I do reopen the studio, I'll try to update to Patreon every day when the studio is finally reopened. Now, my long-term financial goal right now is just if I can get my YouTube channel up to bring in a bare minimum income of $1,000 a month, that's besides me also being financially comfortable, then I'll be able to pay one of my employees to work for me full-time, and therefore I can make anime forever. That's my goal right now. If I just get a steady $1,000 a month, I can give one of my employees constant monthly days, and with that money, I can make infinite anime for the rest of my life and become Hayao Miyazaki, who definitely is getting $1,000 a month from somewhere. Now, right now, my main goal is just to get enough money to continue the ball rolling and finish out the first season of Mutant Busters. The first season of Mutant Busters is 6 half-hour episodes. All those episodes are recorded in the can. Just giving you guys a public update. Episode 2 is stalled right now, and we're stuck at 25% done because I need to hire back my assistants to finish key animation. Episode 3 is 5% done, and Episode 4 has only reached concept art. Episode 5 and 6 are recorded right now, but might have additional adjustments made later based on where I feel like the show is going. And Season 2 right now is relatively planned out. Season 2 will be another 7 episodes, but I think we're a long way off from that right now. To fully adapt the entire Mutant Busters comic series, I need about 25 total episodes, which will be split into 4 seasons or production batches. Additionally, there are 2 optional filler episodes I also want to make because they explain some of the characters better or deepen the lore, and those are kind of just like stretch goals. In the event I ever do finish the Mutant Busters, my next long-term project after that is a very new, ambitious series I currently have codenamed Blade of the Atlantic. In a nutshell, it's kind of like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure style series that deals with the concept of ghosts in the last 300 years of human history. Lastly, recently I've come up with another idea that I might pursue sooner than you think. There's this other anime idea I've had rolling around in the back of my head for the past few years that's slowly coalescing into something. So this other anime is called Domain. I'm pretty sure I'm just calling it Domain. You'll see why when it's done, the title will make sense, and I'm not going to say too much about it, but the best way I can describe it is it's going to be like a low-budget one-shot horror anime with some mild Junji Ito vibes. So right now, I feel like I can make the first episode of Domain as a one-shot pilot, and I think I can make it faster and cheaper and with less people than I would need to make Mutant Busters 2, because Domain is going to be in black and white. Now, I don't know if Domain will succeed or not, but if it fails, I think the pilot will at least stand alone by itself as a nice joke between me and my friends, and if it succeeds, I could definitely make a few more episodes of it. Lastly, there was another route I was considering taking my animation studio down, and that's just making stupid viral videos. Like, I don't know, I want to do that, but I just don't really have any good ideas for that. Like, back when I started making cartoons, I used to make dumb Flash cartoons back in the day, and none of them ever really hit it big, so I'm kind of torn about is that an avenue worth exploring or not? Because on the one hand, I want to be like Flash Gits or Harry Partridge or even Freedom Tunes, who manage to do this shit full time, but that still requires income, and I don't have the money and the capital to get that going right now. And if I'm going to be paying people to work for me, I feel like it should be on these better, more highbrow projects. It seems a little bit desperate if I just have them working on a Sonic video. For example, I super wanted to make a video making fun of Sonic 3 and how the Sonic movies had evolved since Sonic 1. But before I could even sketch out a storyboard for that, someone essentially made the video I was planning to make with just a simple video edit, and it was doughy. So yeah, I could make dumb, stupid videos, but it'd be videos making fun of Larry David or the Sonic movies, because that's the only thing I'm thinking about lately. I don't know, I've just kind of run out of dumb ideas for viral videos lately. My tank is empty there. So overall, that's everything I'm working on outside of your typical random video essays and gaming to relieve stress. Anyway, if you want to support me, Patreon's the best way. If not, just keep watching and sharing my videos, especially Mutant Busters, because I do want to eventually finish episode 2 of Mutant Busters, or maybe I'm just going to do this pilot for Domain. Okay, that's all. Thanks, guys. Later.